Hi and welcome back. Today we'd like to speak about the Q3 2024 best defenses. So what I usually do is every 3 or 4 months I do a video about what new defenses I have seen, how they have changed, if there have been any change. So as you are well aware, they have released 2 heroes recently. One is Folio, another is Soleil. Soleil I have seen sometimes, particularly with Julius, because Julius is very strong. If your Julius is level 65, 70 or above, having Soleil make Julius much stronger, so it's a very good defense. I have not seen Folio too much, honestly, and related to what are the metas, or we compare with the metas from December and end of December when Oya was released, I have not seen that much change. I see Lara, I think was released in May, okay, and I see Lara being used in some Dante Octavia lines and also in some progress lines, so Julius, Judge, and Isaac, or doesn't require to be these three together, but Julius and maybe Isaac or Julius and Judge, okay. Nothing amazing. This usually goes, if goes out Dante Octavia, it goes as a third team, okay. So what I have seen so far is exactly the same than we had before. The only thing is I have seen some change on which defense. So you start Dante Octavia something else, and that something else is changing and evolving because people used to know how to fight against that team, and then people try to change that particular team to see something different. So of course, first team Dante Octavia. So very common at the beginning of the game. I see, or at the beginning of Dante Octavia, I see a lot of Amiralian. Okay, Amiralian is not anymore that much used. I see also they were using Judge with Mojo. If I find Mojo here, something like this I have seen before. Then they move more to the physical teams. Okay, and these physical teams usually go with Sebastian. You need to use the first talisman of Dante because it's critical hit. Sebastian with Jasmine, okay, because this is very strong team, and then Dante Octavia, and then here some people prefer to use a tank. Could be Aurora, could be Corvus, could be Anbari, could be Siri, for example, this team. But this team, the problem is the fourth hero of Octavia should be with a lot of health, right, around 400k of health, to don't be vulnerable to Heidi, or should go with Cascade, because Cascade move and then it moves from the fourth position, okay? So this is what I would recommend. Other people play with this team, which I honestly, I think is probably my favorite one, the one with Jasmine and Sebastian, followed by Lara, okay, because Lara has critical hits, so the pure damage of Sebastian will benefit Lara. Lara need to be level 70 at least to win this team, and also Jasmine should be level 70 at least for the health. So when you fight this team, if Lara and Jasmine are level 40, it looks like much weaker team. But when this team you have Dante level 70 or above, and then you have Lara level 70 or above, and then you have Jasmine maybe level 75 of 80 for the health, this team is quite strong. Okay, this is what I have seen so far. Okay, what I am using, because my Lara and Jasmine are not that high, what I am using recently is and it's something, another variant I see is the use of Astrid with the new super skin of health, and then Lara. So Dante, Nebula, Lara, Cascade, Octavia. Okay, and another combo I have seen being used a lot is Cascade Faceless. Okay, this so far. Okay, so Dante, Octavia, and you can go with the Cascade Faceless, or you can go with Astrid Lara, or you can go with the Jasmine, Sebastian, Lara. Okay, this is the most common ones I have seen in defense. Dante, Octavia, first team, the best team in the game. Remember, in attack, in my opinion, Dante, Iris, Octavia, Nebula, a tank or Cascade, like Corvus or Aurora or Cascade, this is, for me, in my opinion, the best attacking team in the game. Okay, but never use Iris in defense because it's hard countered by Octavia. Okay, this the team number one, and you know there are 3 teams in Grand Arena. What is the second team? Usually, what I see is Oya Tristan. Okay, this is what I used to see, or very common. There are some people that prefer to put Oya and Tristan in different teams, but this combo altogether is very strong, and the main reason is because Tristan has a armor penetration, okay? And then here you have 2 options, which is I would like to put Kayla as an attack, so Kayla as a second attack, or I would like to put Jasmine. You can put both of them. If you put Kayla, the most normal thing to see is Kayla Aiden. Okay, the problem of this team is Aiden is very strong, and sometimes you need Aiden for the third team. Okay, so sometimes you need to remove Aiden from here. But if you go with this, usually people play with things like Clever, Astaroth, Corvus. I don't think these three tanks are the correct ones. I will advise to play with Julius or with a very dirty Chava. Remember, dirty Chava means all the physical attack Chava can get, armor and magic defense below 10k, and health around 500 to 600. This is what you need, okay? And you can see, you see this team, it looks like almost 600. If Michaela, Oya, Tristan, or even were maybe level 70 or something like this team will be over 600k, and then it will look like it's a very strong team, maybe clips 40. But what is going on here really is, in my case, Kayla, I think, is level 65, and Tristan is level 45, and I think Aiden is 45 also, but my Chava is minimal. Only physical attack, 500 of health. This team is very strong, okay? And I will show you why this team is very strong later, or maybe in another video. I don't know if I will have too much time, okay? Because I don't want to do videos longer than 15 minutes, okay? But I promise I will do a video about Oya Tristan and different combos and how attack them, okay? So as you can see, this is the majority of the defense. Also, I have seen here play also with Fafnir, okay? The reason to play with Fafnir is the natural counter of this team you are seeing is Corvus Morrigan. Corvus pulls the altar at the same time that Kayla jumps in the middle of the team, and then the altar will do a lot of damage to Kayla and it will kill Kayla. This is the theory. What happens here is you have Aiden Seed, which sometimes make Kayla not to die, okay? And then you have Fafnir, that also has a shield protecting Kayla and stands. So with this team particularly, when you play against Corvus Morgan, there is a lot of chance that Corvus will not kill Kayla. And when Kayla jumps back and does not die to the altar will not sing, the times of the altar, and when Kayla jumps will not sing anymore. It's only the first altar. Then you play Corvus Morgan and you don't kill in the first jump of Kayla, you are going to have a lot of problems, okay? And this is the difference of this team when you fight against this team. Again, I promise I will do a video Oya Tristan and you will understand all of this, but take the snack out. This is another team I have seen, okay? So other variants or other modifications I have seen here is because Kayla can be affected by Corvus Morrigan. What I have seen here is sometimes playing the double tank, Clever Corvus with Fafnir, Tristan, and Oya. Okay, this is another team I have seen quite often, quite interesting in my opinion. Okay, another option is what I mentioned before is imagine you would like to free Aiden because you don't want you want Aiden your third team, then you will put Fafnir as your fourth team, and then here there are different options, and here is depending what you would like to do. People play with Julius, with Clever, sometimes with Corvus. I don't like that much Corvus. Julius, I like it, okay, and with sometimes with Luther, okay. In a manner than two of them, Luther and Kayla jumps in the middle of the team. Okay, this is very important. This is another thing I have seen a lot of the times. Okay, then there is a variant here that doesn't require to use Oya, and is one mix between Kayla, Aiden, and Progress. Okay, so it's Tristan, Kayla, Aiden, no Oya, and instead we put Isaac, Julius, Isaac. Let me see where's Isaac because with the new skin here. Okay, this is another team and requires a totally different answer. Okay, so this Tristan, Kayla, Aiden is not Oya Tristan. Okay, it's only Tristan, but this team I have seen also a few times. Okay, quite interesting this team also. And then finally with Tristan and Oya, what I mentioned is that you can play with Kayla, but you also can play with Jasmine. Okay, when you play with Jasmine, you can have two, you need an amplification of Jasmine. Tristan in theory should be enough, but some people what they do is they play with Fafnir to increase the power of the damage of Jasmine. I don't think really you need Fafnir here in my opinion, but some people play with Fafnir, and then they used to play with or like to play with Astaroth because Jasmine is very weak on health, so if Jasmine dies, this team lost one of them bigger damage, so you play with Astaroth. I don't really like too much this team. It's good, but I don't really like. I only honestly prefer to play with Sebastian because at the end Jasmine hits 10 times in the ultimate, and then it will do 50k of pure damage coming from Sebastian. Also, Sebastian reduced the armor of the front hero, which is perfect for Oya, and also give Oya the pure damage. Okay, so I think this team is good. And in this case, when you play with this option of the team, there are different manners to play. Some people will decide to play here with a tank, maybe they play with Astaroth, or they play with Clever, or they play with Corvus. Any tank that you can think will be good. Julius can be another option. Anything here will work. Okay, to be honest, this is another variant of the team. Some people may play here with Aurora. Okay, it's a completely different team here. Okay, in my opinion, Astaroth is quite good. Okay, but then you are vulnerable somehow to Corvus Morrigan here. Okay, a little bit, but take this in account. And then, as you see, if you play with this team, you have free Aiden and Kayla. And maybe you would like to play Aiden and Kayla in another team, or playing Aiden in to protect particular heroes. We'll explain why Aiden is important there. Or maybe you would like to add Kayla and Aiden into Dante Octavia. So something like Dante, Kayla, Octavia, Aiden, and maybe here Corvus or something like this. Okay, this team is also very strong. So you have played Oya Tristan with Jasmine Sebastian, and then you have free Kayla and Aiden, and you can put it in your own Octavia team. Okay, so then we go to the third team, and this is the most important one. You have Dante Octavia with some heroes, like for example, you will use Jasmine with Dante Octavia, but also you can use Jasmine with the second team, that is Oya Tristan. What you need to take into account is what is going to be your third team, and what you need to do is, okay, I put my first team, Dante Octavia. How I kill this team? This is the heroes you need, because there is always heroes that will kill the defense. There is not an impossible defense. So there are some heroes, and your idea is, okay, to guarantee 10-0 to kill this Dante Octavia team, I need these heroes. Then your second and third team should be teams that to kill these two teams, you need also the same heroes that you need to kill Dante Octavia. Okay, the idea is to make the person when need to create the attack team, which will be 3 attack teams, that cannot need a hero that can only be in one place, but you need the hero to kill 2 different teams. And this is the idea. So write down your Dante Octavia teams, and then say, okay, to kill these teams, I use these other heroes. Right? This is the teams I am using to kill this. Write your Oya Tristan teams and say what do you need to kill them. And then try to find areas where the attacking team use heroes that in both of them. Like to be able to kill this Dante Octavia, I need Mayen, I need Iris. But to be able to kill my Oya Tristan, I also need Iris. So this is a good team in defense, because you will have 2 teams, then the counter for that team require Iris for both of them. And you can only use Iris in one team. Okay? And then we go to the third team. Third teams are always much weaker than Oya Tristan or Dante Octavia. They are currently, in my opinion, I have seen 3 teams. Okay? One is the traditional Astaroth, Cesa, Aiden with Faceless Jorge. Okay, this is still the same. You can remove Faceless and put Amira. I don't like Amira anymore, okay, personally. You can remove and put Martha instead. You can put Mass instead, and you can do other combos, okay, in this particular team, okay. It's always approach Asta, Cesa, and Aiden, so Axa, then Jorge Faceless, and then you can move one hero up and down between Martha, Masi, and Amira. Okay, this is the traditional AXA team, but as you see, you need Aiden here, which means you cannot use Aiden in your Oya Tristan with Kayla. So then maybe for this reason you prefer to play Jasmine, but maybe Jasmine you want it for Dante Octavia. Okay, so you need to play a little bit here. So maybe you will say, okay, if I remove Aiden, I will put Fafnir in my Oya Tristan. Okay, this is what you need to take into account. The second team is the pure damage team, which is, or pure damage or critical hits in that case, which is Jasmine Sebastian. I like it with Lara, but then you put Lara here, you cannot put Lara in Dante Octavia. Okay, this is important. And then here I used to play with Astaroth to Resurrection. This team requires, in my opinion, very important, requires Aiden. The main reason is to kill critical hit teams, very common combos, with Jasmine particularly, Nebula Iris to amplify Iris, with Helios Orion. Orion gives my penetration to Iris and to Helios, and Helios retaliate against critical hits. Okay, so Aiden here, what will do, it will make the hero to survive. So when it's going to die, my Jasmine is going to die, it will apply the seal, which is the strongest seal of the game, and it will make Jasmine not to die. Plus, you have the resurrection of Astaroth. Okay, this another team I have seen, and combinations of this team. Okay, like doesn't require to be this particular team. This works very well. And then as a third team, what I have seen a lot is progress, but modifications in progress. I will explain. So progress is Julius, Judge, and Isaac, right? This team is very strong. Usually Nebula and Lara, or Sebastian and Lara. I have seen this combo at the beginning of the release of Lara. I don't see that much this combo anymore, and instead I see a lot of times using Soleil now, because if your Julius is at least level 70 or above, with Soleil behind protecting Julius, this thing is going to be super difficult to kill. Okay, and then at the end you have Lara. In my opinion, it's better to have Astrid will be better, but Astrid can be hardcore with Iris. So for the reason people doesn't play Iris and Ginger, so this in theory is better, but the point is you can hard counter this team with Iris, right? So this is the reason people prefer to play with Lara. You have also the other option of Ginger, but Ginger is super slow. Okay, I will not recommend Ginger. Ginger is very slow. So another team I see a lot is this team. Okay, the only issue here is Judge and Soleil are magic attack weapons, and you don't need magic attack weapons in this team. Okay, you have a critical hit for Julius, 2 magic attack, 1 magic defense from Isaac, and then I think it's physical attack, if I remember wrong, from Lara, plus the extra magic randomness new artifact that it takes. So it's a little bit random, and this is the reason that I was trying to make this team, and it was working at the beginning, okay, but Soleil, Folio doesn't have too much life, nor Soleil, and this team can be killed very easily if you hit before the combo starts. The combo is Folio will put the whole team in line, then Jazz will be stunning the whole team, plus Folio will do a lot of damage, plus Jorge will not allow the team to gain energy. Okay, but until the combo happens, if they attack very strong in the back line of the team, they will destroy you. Okay, so this is the problem of currently of this team, for me at least. So these are the 13 I have seen. There will be other combinations. Another thing I have seen is, as you know, Fafnir is not used that much anymore. Okay, I showed you a couple of things, but maybe you use Dante Octavia with Lara, Sebastian, Jasmine, and then you use Chava, Fire Siblings, so Kela, Aiden with Oya Tristan, and then you have free Fafnir. I have started seeing this particular team, which I think is quite interesting, which is Corvus Astaroth with Fafnir and the return of Keira. Keira is not ideal, but I have seen the return of Keira, which is quite interesting. As a fifth hero, I had seen Jorge, I had seen this one here, Dorian, I had seen other heroes, okay? But this particular team I have seen coming back, okay, in defense particularly. Despite Keira is not a very good hero with, I have seen Keira's level 70 and 80 and really does a lot of damage and is not as glass cannon as before. And then Keira benefits of Fafnir, okay? I have seen also one thing that was quite curious, which was this one, like 3 times, okay? Like Anbari Astaroth with Corvus or with Julius or with Ciri, and then Fafnir Keira, and I see this doing a lot of damage when Keira is level 70, 80. Again, I don't have Keira, so I cannot test. And another thing I have seen also curious, is the return of this friend, because now you have Fafnir free. So I have seen things like this with, I think, Astaroth, and it was something, it was not Corvus, I think it was Julius or Clever, something like this, I think it was, and also with the combo Chava, Julius, with Kark. Kark is not a very good hero, but with Fafnir amplifies a lot of the damage, and if you don't have Anbaridon, and the key here said, oh, but you will have Anbari, now it's super important to have Anbari, but maybe you need Anbari against Dante Octavia. So imagine you have this team, plus you have a Dante Octavia team, then you need Anbari against that team. So imagine the Jasmine team I was telling, usually you need Anbari there. So if you cannot play Anbari against Car, and now you have Car as a third line, you know that the counter of Car cannot be used anymore. And this team, particularly if your Car is strong and you have level Car level 70, you could have a lot of surprise with this team. Okay, imagine this team as a second team, Oya, Tristan, Kela, Aiden with Chava, which means Morgan need to be against that team. So you cannot counter Astaroth here with Morgan. And then as a 13, you have Dante Octavian that requires Anbari. So you cannot use Morgan to counter Astaroth here, and you can use Anbari to counter this team because you need in Dante Octavia. And this is the reason I see Carvin used again. Okay, so hope it helps. As I mentioned, I will do a video on multiple defense Oya Tristan focusing and how to counter them soon, till like maybe next day, tomorrow, in 2 days, and hope it helps. Let me know what you think.